This episode of the What's Happening Delco podcast is sponsored by Delco Meets for Business. Check us out on Meetup at Delco Meets, the number 4 business, and attend one of our incredible networking events. Be sure to register, and we'll see you there. What's happening, Delco? I'm Rich Shane, and welcome to the What's Happening Delco podcast. Today I'm joined by Delco Spiderman. Delco Spiderman, welcome to the podcast.
Hey, thanks for having me, Rick. Really appreciate it.
All right, this has been so long in the making to have you on the podcast. You've got so much going on. How did Delco Spiderman get started?
Delco Spiderman actually started in 2017. Actually lost my day job, hopped online, noticed the guy was dressing up as Spider-Man doing volunteer work on the West Coast in California, so I reached out to him how to get started. He gave me some tips. I created a Facebook page, just introduced myself. Hi, I'm Delco Spiderman, trying to give back to the community since I grew up here and see if maybe I can join your event. And people had me out, and the kids loved it, and it was awesome to watch the adults see Spider-Man walk through and regress back to a kid, and the rest just kind of went from there.
You, as somebody that created this for yourself, at a time when not a lot of people were doing what you're doing, and you've brought in the piece where you do volunteer work, you go out to hospitals and the like. What's that been for you? What's the feedback? What's the result for you that you get from doing all that?
It overwhelms your heart sometimes. You just get a sense of caring within the world. It's more of an energy than something that you see or experience there. You just go on in, and you didn't realize that this niche was here. When I started, there was only 5 costuming groups in the area. Most of them were in Philadelphia, a couple in Northeast, a couple in Jersey, but nobody was down here in Delaware County, or just a couple were in Wilmington at the time too. So I just kind of put myself out there, and it's interesting. I'll find the quietest person in there, adult or child, and just see them smile, and just a little bit of wave does wonders for them. So it just kind of went that way.
You talk about, yeah, that shy person. Can you share some of the experiences that kind of stand out in your mind over the last 8 years that you've been Delco Spiderman?
Yeah, one that stands out was they have parties in the atrium at Nemours Hospital. They bring the kids on down, or sometimes they'll video the kids from their rooms, since if they're going through treatments, they can't make it downstairs for the party. And there's a little boy dressed as a little Spider-Man for the entire Halloween event. And he didn't say anything, but he would peek around the corner and peek around Dad's shoulder, and Dad was doing his own thing, having fun. And at the end, I went up to him, and he turns out he's from Ireland. He came over here for treatment at Nemours. Spider-Man was his favorite. We coincidentally both had the same costume on at the same time. So he started doing poses. So we were doing those on the floor, and he got the chance to be a kid. He got a chance to forget everything that was going on, and he got a chance to open up his heart. And you look over, and Mom and Dad open up their heart, and whoever's watching, and it just amplifies on out. That was probably one of the coolest ones that I did. Phoenixville, there was a fall festival. The timing was absolutely perfect. We started walking around, craft fair, festival, stuff like that. Little boy was running along, toddler. He must have been like 3 or 4 or something. He runs, and he lets a little kid fall where he flops right on down. He looks up to see if anybody, Mom and Dad saw him, and then he just starts crying. And I was like two feet away from him, so I just hopped over and I said, "Hey, is everything okay?" And he immediately stopped crying. He just looked up like, "Oh my goodness." I said, "Yep, all right, little hero, here we go." Lifted him up. He gave me a big old hug, and then we both went about our days.
Like Peter Parker, you have an alternative persona. And I wonder sometimes if you're out and about and you don't realize you have just your everyday, hey, this is me out in the world, and you don't have the costume on.
Yeah, it's interesting. If you Google the psychology for cosplay, the person chooses their character pretty much for who they are personally. The character just lets them amplify it. My favorite superhero growing up was Spider-Man. And my mom would go antiquing, and she would come back with a box of comic books, and I was adopted myself, as Spider-Man was orphaned, and it was just kind of neat, just kind of reading the comic books, seeing what his point of view was. I have my mom and dad's characters traits. My dad will help out; he was a photographer, so he helps me out sometimes taking pictures at events. My mom used to knit hats and scarves for the church, so she would knit me hats for to deliver to the kids in the hospitals in the wintertime. And her middle name is coincidentally May. So, hey, you got this is coming from Aunt May here. So,
I'm listening to the story, and honestly, I don't know much about the origination of Delco Spider-Man, but it causes me chills. It really does. And I'm so appreciative of all the work that you do. And your work is just to make people smile, to make their day better, and to improve where they are. And that's a great job. It's a great place to be in. And just for you, and how it makes me feel just interviewing you is just a great feeling. So thank you for that.
oh, I'm happy to do so. It seems like I just like putting that out in the world, just not to see what comes back, and just to put it out there and see if it echoes, from place to place. And over time it has, I get the same people, coming back, and hey, Spidey, can you do another Zoom call visit for me? Or hey, this is Delco Batman, or hey, this is Delco Deadpool now, and you guys all want to come together and do a volunteer thing. Yeah, definitely. Whatever we can do to just create smiles and open up the imagination, and just let somebody forget, even if it's just for a second, that the rest of the world is out there. You're in there, you're a kid again, you're having fun. It's a good time.
Over 8 years, how many times has your costume changed? Is this the original or are there variations?
There are variations. This is my third one itself. Normal use is, crawling around, moving around, high fives, fist bumps. I've went through the first one. I still have the original one set on up. I have a little head displayed on out. I have this suit, of course. The Tobey Maguire Peter Parker is my favorite. But I also have the red and black Tom Holland ones, which is probably the one I'm going to wear for the Halloween parade meeting this weekend.
Are there requests outside of events of charity of their parade? I mean, have you gotten any calls from Hollywood asking you to appear in one of the movies or a TV show or anything like that?
No, it's interesting. A friend of mine, Tim Carr, is the producer director within the area, and he hooked me up with an online magazine called LA Shout Out, or also Voyage as well too. So they'll reach out to me, and I get to do, they'll send me the online interview back, and I'll send the answers back, and then they'll print it on out and they'll put it online for everyone. So it's kind of interesting to see it reach the West Coast, when it's just, that's I'm as simple as Peter Parker is, to be honest with you. I'm a very simple guy. So it's kind of neat to see somebody out there be like, "Oh yeah, I saw your thing in here," and send me a message on Facebook. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
I see a photograph of the Philly Fanatic behind you. There looks like at least another almost 10 photographs. You've got a lot of friends out there in the world, don't you?
There's a lot of memories. I mean, my girlfriend, we met about like 5 years ago, and she's a ballerina, and she opens up her imagination with pretty much everything she does. She has pictures and whatnot that I see, and it's like, to me, a picture is worth 1,000 words and a million memories. So I decided to do a wall display, of myself and some of the stuff that I've been through. The Philly Fanatic one, that was at a blood drive in Chichester. A friend of mine who is no longer with us, had a blood drive. And we went through, and the Philly Fanatic was there, and the Philly Fanatic wants to meet you. So after taking pictures with him and with all the kids and everyone, just went back, and I get to chat with the Fanatic for 10 uninterrupted minutes. It was awesome. We went through all kinds of experiences, stuff that I've done, stuff that he's done. That was my first year where I was doing 2 events per week. So I did 150 events the first year, just between emails going on out, just volunteering, and can I come on out? And oh yeah, we saw you at this event. Would you be able to come to our, our family thing that we're doing, or even a corporate event? I did a black tie auction event. That was really weird, because I'm walking around like this the whole time, in the suit. Everybody's in their tuxes and doing this, and I'm sitting there holding up what's being auctioned out. That was really cool. But a lot of foundation work has pretty much just been where the soul of it has come from, because myself, I've had about 3 or 4 different surgeries, just regular injuries, and it means so much to have somebody come in and say, "How are you doing?" It's something as simple like that. So if I can do that for somebody, I don't have to know you, I don't have to get anything from it. If I can do that for you, compared to where my mind was at that time, and take you out of your whatever you're going through at that time, then I'm more than willing to do that. Definitely.
You know, what you're talking about and that first appearance of Delco Spider-Man, when people see it, I'm sure they can't just help but smile. But for you, it really becomes this alter ego in a way where you've got the costume on and you can pretty much, you're a superhero. You can do everything because you've got this outer shell that really approaches people very easily and maybe disarms them in a way that volunteer work is hard to begin with. And to see a stranger walk into a room, or a stranger pass by you, but who doesn't know Spider-Man? It's like, bam, there I am. And it gives you that entrance that you already have reduced barriers right away.
And it's always neat because the parent have had their own vision of what Spider-Man was when they were growing up. And to see the little kids see what the version is now and be like, oh yeah, it'll bring everybody back. It'll bring memories back. The parents can bring out the comic books if they still have them. Hey, look at this, what I went through. It's just a blessing. For me personally, it helps me amplify my own personality. I'm a little shy at times. Sometimes I'm more outgoing with things, as we all are. So once I put this on, not only I'm able to do that for other people, it lets me free myself in a way where I can just be like, oh, there's no barriers. I can talk, share the kindness, let it go. If it's not accepted, that's fine, because there's always somebody else who will need a smile at some point in time. So it just sets me free.
You mentioned Delco Deadpool, and I'm sure there's a legion in and I'm limited sometimes on my comic book vernacular, but
Mhm.
are there other heroes that you would love to be able to add to what you're doing and the good that you're doing, not just for Delco but in the world?
There are, but they're already here, which is really neat. You have the Philadelphia Avengers, who have the new updated Captain America. They have Iron Man. They have the Hulk. They have many different characters. Then you have Minnie's Magical Moments down in Delaware, which have other characters as well too. We have about 4 or 5. I work with a group and out in Reading, that they have other characters that we don't have. So it's neat to watch everybody just move around and be able to be available. And if something charity comes up, and I send a simple message on out, sometimes they'll be able to come on out, per their schedule. Sometimes not. It's like the Philadelphia Ghostbusters and the Delco Ghostbusters. There's always one of them around, to pretty much help on out.
I'm wondering, I've never seen both Ghostbusters in the same place at the same time, so they must really do well to avoid scheduling so they're not crossing the streams, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
You talked about 150 events in a year. How many are you doing now?
Probably only half of that for now. Life gets busy, and that means I need to work a little more. My 9 to 5. So it's not as often as I can, but I want to do it as long as I can. I mean, this next month will be a milestone birthday for me. So I'm probably want to get a new suit as well too along the way. This has got some wear and tear on the hands, and webs are starting to come on off, and the red's starting to fade, and just pretty much do it as long as I can. And with this power of technology, I can always do the Zoom calls as it is as well too.
You motivate, you inspire. Who motivates and inspires you?
Parents, plain and simple. I'm very lucky to have them both still with me, and they both keep me grounded. I mean, there's nothing like going home and feeling the feeling of when you were a kid. My mom's has dementia, and she's going through some things. So, but she recognizes me, and she recognizes me as Spidey, and oh hey, there you are. I'll show up with a mask on, and she's like, oh hey, how are you? you know. And my dad's he was always a hardworking man, and he just keeps me grounded in a lot of the simple things. Where I'm like, I don't, why is this happening this way? And he'll have a logical reason and an emotional reason behind it too. So just spending time with them, even a simple 5 minute conversation, will just keep things grounded. And also the stuff behind me, the different pictures and stuff. it humbles me to take a look at and be like, there's a framed picture of the from the residents of Riddle Village when we do our holiday and Valentine's Day card drives. There's my picture up there with my girlfriend. She's suited on up. She has red hair. She's Mary Jane, of course. So she's done a couple events with me, and then we worked at the Philadelphia Union, and that's the one above me, and we got to go out and meet the Fearless 43 kids. That was great. That was in 2019. Every childhood cancer awareness month, they grab the Fearless 43 and they have them come out in the field, and we surprised them and they had no idea. And the fans went crazy and the kids were laughing and just running on up. And it was just a warm and inviting time.
As Barry Harris sings You Are Delco Done Right, how do people connect with you? How do they find you?
Either way, either just, can wave to me on the street if you see me out and about. I'd appreciate that. I'm on email, Delco Spiderman, of course, at gmail.com. And the social media, I have Delco Spidey on Facebook and Delco Spiderman on Instagram.
Definitely check out the social media. Make sure you like, share, comment. You always appreciate comments. I know at What's Happening Delco, we do as well. But it really is something when you get that, hey, I saw you, I was there, or you helped, my nephew or my cousin or my brother, all those things. That's the feedback that really keeps you going. I'm quite certain when you hear that either from parents or anybody out and about in Delco.
Definitely, definitely. I'm happy to do what I do. Especially the foundations I've worked with have been around for a long time, and they appreciate the creative support. It's really an interesting community to discover when you just let yourself go and just explore and see where it's going to go. It's really interesting. I would never have met the kind of people that I've met. I've never would have had my heart open the way that it is without meeting a lot of the people who I've met.
All right, Delco Spider-Man, you're out and about in Delco and you have a cheesesteak craving. Where are you stopping for your cheesesteak?
I'm trying to think of a good spot because I like Apollo's stuff. I like Apollo's cheesesteaks, but I also like Little Anthony's down pretty much on State Street there. But going out of there, there's Claremont Steaks down in Delaware. I'll go down there, get some stuff from there. There's just too many to choose.
Now people are going to be able to put on their menu or on their menu board Delco Spider-Man endorsed or something. I don't know.
That'd be cool. Like I always tell them, well, I don't have a mouth. I'm just so there's more for you.
Well, how about pizza? When you're out and about and you have a pizza craving, where is Delco Spider-Man stopping for pizza?
Little Anthony Sicilian, no doubt. Nothing beats it.
What the heck is tomato pie?
Tomato pie? I don't know. I see it in the Acme when I'm going through there, but I don't really get it too much. I like the warm pizza, not the cold stuff as much.
You're out and about and you're going to do one of your meet and greets and you have a convenience store need. Where are you stopping, Wawa or Royal Farms?
Oh, wow, of course. Definitely. I've actually swung by for a couple of the grand openings just to surprise them, walk by, and she's the goose, and they're, it's always a good time.
How do you describe Delco to somebody who's never been here or has not heard of Delco before?
Oh, wow. How do you not hear a Delco? It's it's an experience. You have to experience it. You can't really describe it because you're going to walk on one corner, you're going to say, hey, how you doing? And then you're going to walk down, you're going to see there's your cheesesteak shop, and then another one you're going to see, the neighborhood and the different businesses, local communities. You walk into a local business, you just are welcomed in with both arms, no matter which town you're in. It seems to be in Delco. So I just say it's an experience. You have to go and experience it. Give it 5 minutes. You're going to add on another 25, 45 after that.
You have friends or family coming in from out of town and you want to give them to or take them to that Delco experience. Where are you sending them or where are you taking them?
Ooh, where am I sending them? I would send them to actually one of the games in the area. Either send them to a Phillies game or a Flyers game or a Union game. Union is quite an experience down there by the waterfront. You're right there within Delco. Then you want to hop on out into town. State's media is always good. The bit different bars and businesses in State Street, the different breweries that are going out in Havertown and Westchester. Westchester is always a good time.
Your reach is far and wide, and you have seen and experienced a lot in the area. Is there anything we haven't spoken about today? Anything you want listeners to know more about you or more about Delco Spiderman?
I'm here to help. I don't, again, I don't do it for me. Even if it's something where I can help add a smile or a conversation or something like that, I just hope to inspire it that somebody else, little one, somebody, an adult who says, like, I've always wanted to try this. Let me put on the costume and see if I can make somebody smile. Personally, my biggest success with Spider-Man is I won a presidential gold medal for volunteer services. I was nominated for one of the foundations that I work with, the Almy Butler Foundation, and they put a request in down to DC, and we had a gold medal in a ceremony, and a lot of the cosplayers were able to join and stand and join on in. And it was really heartfelt. It was like, and since you don't do it for it when you get recognized for something like that, and here's your plaque, here's your picture. Behind me in one of the pictures is the frame picture from the president and his words and the different comments that were made there. And just to know that not everybody has it on the wall, and it's something that, just an idea of just being kind and how can I amplify that. The heart led it to it just means a lot more to me, especially with all the people I've met on the journey and all kinds of things.
You change people's lives. You inspire, you impact, you make a difference in our community. And I'm so grateful to have this few minutes of time with you to learn more about what you do, why you have done it. And I can't wait just to hear more of your stories as you are out and about in the community in Delco and the surrounding area, just changing people's lives. It's so commendable. And
Thank you.
what you do really does make a difference. And sometimes we may not get that feedback right away. And I'm sure you do. And that's the beauty of being a volunteer, of being out and just interacting with people. And I really love that about what you do. And I've seen you out and about in the community. We've never really talked, but now I've
Yeah.
gotten selfishly my own time with Delco Spiderman. I'm grateful for that time. Thanks for being a guest of What's Happening Delco. And whatever we can do to support your mission, and it's we would love to just give our services for that. So thanks again, and we look forward to the next event and next seeing Delco Spider-Man.
Rick, I really appreciate your time today. Again, yeah, we have passed each other a lot and haven't got a chance, just pretty much just hi. So it's nice to have a conversation with you. If I can, the newest thing that I'm going to have coming up is the holiday greeting card drive that we do every holiday season. My grandfather always received all the holiday greeting cards, and he would display them, and you get the updates on the family, and just see them and see, oh yeah, this is how they're doing, just from the style of cards that they chose. So I like to collect cards, fill them out, and then deliver them to local nursing homes, hospitals as well too. So last year we collected 1,944 cards, just all donated. We filled them out and we delivered them to 8 different nursing homes and 2 of the hospitals. We went to New Moors and then went up to Riddle and donated some cards up there too. So if anybody has any holiday cards, the Media Free Store is helping me out. Last year they gave me about 500 cards alone just to fill out and to donate through. So you can reach me at delcospiderman@gmail.com or send me a message and then I'll suit up, swing by, pick the cards up, wave to your Zoom camera, and go about my day.
We are approaching the 250-year anniversary of the United States, right?
Yes, sir.
So how about 2,500 of these cards? Let's get that and find a way to celebrate, and maybe that's another goal. And if you eclipse that, even better. I didn't know you did that either. So every time I speak to you just a little bit more, I learn more about the good that you do. And we would love to make sure that your sack is full of cards and your opportunities to make people smile and bring some warmth and joy to their life is there. So thank you for doing that too. And check out those social medias, email Spider-Man, Delco Spider-Man, and let's make this a thing.
Sounds good. Thanks for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Rich. Thank you so much for being a listener to the What's Happening Delco podcast. I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to learn more about the people and businesses in our community. I've been a real estate agent for over 25 years working with first-time home buyers to last-time home sellers. As a listener of the podcast, my gift to you is a complimentary 1-year American Home Shield home warranty. This is for buyers and sellers that I help. If you're looking to move anywhere in the United States, I have you covered with an amazing network of real estate agents. I look forward to hearing from you. My direct line is 215-313-3777, or you can email me at rshaneremax@comcast.net. Oh, by the way, I am never too busy for any of your referrals.